Don't forget to subscribe, comment and like. Welcome. Chapter 2, Reciprocals of numbers. If the multiplication of two numbers is 1, if you multiply two numbers and the answer is 1, then the two numbers are called the reciprocals of each other. For example, I can give you 1 over 5 times 5. What is the answer? 1 here, 5 here, 1, 5 here, 1. Therefore, the answer is 1. Therefore, 1 over 5 is the reciprocal of 5, and 5 is the reciprocal of 1 over 5. So this means that 1 over 5 is a reciprocal of 5, and 5 is a reciprocal of 1 over 5. Now, when we are talking about a reciprocal, what is a reciprocal then? A reciprocal, or the reciprocal of any number, non-zero number, let's say x is 1 over x. If the reciprocal of x is 1 over x, from the example I have given you here, if I multiply x times 1 over x, the answer is 1. So the reciprocal of x is 1 over x. 1 over x is the same as x raised to power negative 1. This over this is the same as this. You will understand when we will deal with indices. So a reciprocal of a number is one of that number. In short, we can say that a reciprocal of a number is 1 over that number. So 1 over number is a reciprocal. 1 over that number is what we call the reciprocal of that number, 1 of that number. For example, we can say, find the values of the reciprocals of A 15, B 1.45. So for our solution A, the reciprocal of 15 means 1 over 15. So nowadays we have calculators. You just place 1 over 15 and it will give you 0.06666, and this is the reciprocal of that. B, what is the reciprocal of 1.45? You just place 1 over 1.45 and it will give you 0.6897, and that is the reciprocal of 1.45. So the reciprocal of a number is 1 divided by that number, and it gives you the reciprocal. Reciprocal from tables. The table, the 4 figure, provides reciprocals of numbers from 1 up to 10. So it means that if you have 0.00 something, you are looking for the reciprocal of that number, you cannot get it in the table. If you are looking for the reciprocal of 30, you cannot get it in the reciprocal table. So what do you do in that case? If the number is less than 1, that one is 0.0 something, and greater than 10, 11, 12, 200, the number is then expressed in standard form first. So you must express that number in standard form and then use the reciprocal table. This is our reciprocal for figure table. So the only difference with the other one, the way we use it is that it has here in the difference we subtract. You saw for the cube we were adding, but for this one we subtract the difference. That one you must know. Use the table of reciprocals to find the reciprocal of each of the following. A is 8. So to find the reciprocal of 8, like we were doing in the other, you open the reciprocal table, you go to X column and find where we have 8. Don't expect to get just 8 in the table. In the table you will get 8.0. So go where you have 8.0. Right? So 8.0, the reciprocal is 0.1250. Just as straightforward. So the reciprocal of 8.8 is 0.1250. So the reciprocal of 8.23, we go to our X column, we find 8.2. In the main column, we find 3. Where we find 3, we write the number that is in the, between, like this. So we want 8.23. So 8.23 is here, 8.2, and then 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is my third column here, 0, 1, 2, 3. So in another thing you note is that the table here, it starts with 0, but inside here there is no zeros. Any number that is inside here starts with 0. They just kept left repeating. Instead of writing 0.123, they did not write that. But know that for the reciprocal of numbers, this 0 here is representing n number inside here. So this number is written as 0.1206. This number here is 0.1300. Don't forget and write the way it is inside here for the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 8.2, 8.23, 8.23 is 0.1215. The reciprocal here of 80.23 equal to, that is 1 over 80.23. We read it directly from the table, is 0.215. That is it. Now what about the reciprocal of 1.752? So in our table, column X, we find 1.7. In the main table, we go where we have 5, we read the number there, we write it down. And then in the difference, we are going to see in the where we have 2, what is the number there. So 1.7, so 1.7 is in the other page. Now we are checking for the reciprocal of 1.752. In the X columns, you can see it has only 2 digits, so we look for the number 1.7. So here we have 1.7. And the next number is 5, which is found in the main column from 0 to 9. So 1.7 and then 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our 5 here. So the number there is 0.5714. Write that number down. You write it down. So the number we have read there is 0. You repeat it there, that is 0, 1.7, that is here 5. 0.755714. That is the reciprocal of 1.75. But again, you move along. We have to remember we have this the last 2, and it is found in the difference column. So we go up to where the heading has 2. 2 is here, and then what is the number there is 7. So 7 sorry, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, we can write it is written in the same as 0.0007 for the decimal places 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are subtracting this from here. So 0, 5, 7, 1, 4. Subtract 0.0007, and then the final answer is 0.5707. So the reciprocal of that is 1 over 0.752 equal to 0.5707. What about our number D, 4.0126? This is a 5-digit number. The table contains only 4-digit figures. Therefore, you round off 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to here, this one will round off and it will become 3. So we are going to look for 4.013. So 4.0123. 4.013. That is the number we are going to look for. 4.013. So go to your table. 4.1 is here, 4.1, and then 2. 2 is here. So we have 0.2427. So you write it down. 0.2. Which one am I looking for? You are looking for 4.01. 4.01. Where is our 1? Is here. 1, the first column. So 4.01. 4.01. We have 2494. 0.2494. 0.2494. And then we go to a row along where we have the column 3 is here. So we have there 2. So we subtract 0.0002. Subtract 0.0002. This is 29420. So the reciprocal of 4.0126 equal to 0. That's 1 over that is 0.2492. Reciprocals of numbers less than 1 or greater than 10. Like I said, that these numbers, they are not there in the reciprocal table. What we do, we express those numbers in standard form. So let us, our A is here. Find the reciprocal of 231. The reciprocal of 231 is 1 over 231. So the first thing you must do first is to write this number. So 231 is exactly the same as 1 over, standard form is here, 1 to 2 of 3, 1 times 10 raised to power 2. So this number and this one is exactly the same. So we want to find the reciprocal of this one is the same as, again, 1 over 2.31 times 1 over 10 raised to power. So I have just broken this multiplication because this one stands for everything. So this one and this one is the same. So it means that we are looking for the reciprocal of this from the table and the reciprocal of this. 1 over 10 raised to power 2. And I want to tell you that 1 over 10 is the same as 10 raised to power negative 1 because this is 1 here. 1 over 10 raised to power 2 is equal to 10, this is the power is 2, negative 2. 1 over 10 raised to power 3 is exactly the same as 10 raised to power negative 3. So whenever you see this one is the same, right? So this and this is the same. So go to the table, find the reciprocal of 2.31. We know how now 2.31 we can get it because we have learned about how to get this one. So this one will give us, so the reciprocal of 1.231 times 10 raised to 1, this is 0.4391 times the reciprocal of this is this. The reciprocal of this is this, which is 10 raised to power negative 2. You can stop it there and it is okay. Now, reciprocals of numbers less than 1 or greater than 10, these numbers are not a number that is less than 1 is not available in our for figure. A number that is the reciprocal of a number more than 10 is not found in the for figure. Therefore, what you do, you write that number in standard form first. So let us a solution. 1 over 2, that 1 is exactly the same as 1 over 2. You write this one in standard form. 1, 2. That is 1.231 times 10 raised to power 1 to power 2. Right? Now we get the reciprocal. This 1 stands for everything. This 1 over 2.31 times 1 over this. So this one is exactly the same as 1 over 2.31 times 1 over 10 raised to power 2. So this one and this one is exactly the same because this 1 stands for everything that is in the denominator. So, and I want you to know that 1 over 10 raised to power 1 is the same as 10 raised to power 1. 1 over 10 raised to power 2 is the same as 1 at its 10 is negative 2. 1 over 10 raised to power 3 is equal to 10 raised to power negative 3. These ones are the same thing. During the topic of indices, you will understand that very well. You will understand that. Now we are here. So let us go to the figure. Let us get the reciprocal of this number. The reciprocal of this is, so the reciprocal of this is 4. This is 0.1 over 231. The reciprocal equal to, so the reciprocal of 1 over 2.31 is this. And we know that the reciprocal of 1 over, this is 10 square, that is 100, isn't it? The reciprocal of this is equal to 0.01. 0.01 is the same as 10 raised to power negative 2. You should know that. This and this are the same. That's why I've told you that 1 over 10 square is the same as 10 raised to power negative 2. 10 raised to power negative 2 is the same as 0.01 is the same. So it means now we are going to multiply this number times this. So 0.4329 times the reciprocal, because it was multiplication, 0.01. This one is going to give us 0.00329, and that is the reciprocal of this number. Let us look at this example. This one, 0.0046. So this number is not in that. So first we write that number in standard form. Write that number in standard form. So 1 over 0.00463 is equal to 1 over 1, 2, 3. So that is 4.63 times 10 raised to power negative 3. Right? So everything here is equal to 1 over 4.63 times 1 over 10 raised to power negative 3. Now, when the power is this one, I want to give you also this 1 over 10 raised to power negative 1 is the same as 10. 1 over 10 raised to power negative 2 is the same as 100. The reciprocal is 100. 1 over 10 raised to power negative 3 is the same as 1000. Or in other words, this is the same as 10 raised to power 1. Is the same as 10 raised to power 2. Is the same as 10 raised to power 3. So whenever you see this one, 1 over 10 raised to power 3, it means 1,000. So you multiply here times 1,000. So from our table, so the reciprocal of this is 0.2160 times the reciprocal of 1 over 10 raised to power negative 3 is the same as 10 raised to power 3, 1,000. So you multiply that, this one is 0.2160 times 1,000. And this one equal to 21.6. So use reciprocal to evaluate A, 3 divided by 20.43, and then B, 5 over 340 plus 4 over 0.0438. So how do you go about this? We start with A, solution. So 3 over 20.43 is exactly the same. So remember, 3 times 1 is 3. So there is 1 here which is not seen. Therefore, this means it is 3, this one, into 1 over this 20.43. That's what it means. So after that, you come down and say equal to 3 into 1. Write this number in standard form because it is not there in our figure. So you go back once. We have 2.043 times 10. We are going backwards, therefore raised to power 1. Again, this one we break it down like this: 3 into 1 over this, 1 over 2.043 times 1 over 10 raised to power 1. Up to that point now, 3 equal to, this one you go to the periodic table, to the table for figure, and then get the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 1 over 2 point this is 0.4. The reciprocal of this is 4892, right? Times the reciprocal of this. I told you there are things I want to repeat again. Let me repeat them where here. I told you that 1 over 10 raised to power 1 is the reciprocal of this is 10 negative 1. The reciprocal of 10 raised to power 2 here, the answer is 10 raised to power negative 2. 10 raised to power negative 2 is the same as 0.01. 10 raised to power negative 1 is the same as 0.1. 1 over 10 raised to power 3 is the same, the reciprocal is 10 raised to power negative 3. And this one is the same as 0.001. Did you hear that? You should master that. Another thing you must know is this. What if it is the opposite? 1 over 10 raised to power negative 1. What is the reciprocal of this? The reciprocal is 10 raised to power 1. 10 raised to power 1, that is it. 1 over 10 raised to power negative 2. 1 over 10 raised to power negative 2. What is this? It means 10 raised to power 2. The reciprocal of this thing is this. And what is this? 100. 1 over 10 raised to power negative 3. What is that? It is 10 raised to power 3, the reciprocal, which is equal to 1,000. This one you must master for you to get the marks in reciprocals. Therefore, immediately I see this, I know the reciprocal 1 over this is 0.1. It is this. So, times 0.1. So 0.1 times this one, it gives me 3 into 0.04892. And then multiply this times this, which will give you 0.1468. When you multiply that, it will give you this, and that is the reciprocal, or that is the value obtained when, even if you use a calculator directly, you can use your calculator directly. That is 3 divided by 20.43. right? So the answer should be 0.1468, the one we have obtained here. But you are not supposed to use the calculator directly like that. You must show step by step like I have done here. Our question remains, use reciprocal to evaluate 5 over 340 plus 4 over 0.0438. We want to use reciprocal table to evaluate 5 over 340 plus 4 over 0.048. So how do you go about that? The first thing you must know, here there is an hidden 1 because a reciprocal of a number is 1 over that number. So here you cannot see that 1, therefore it is you to know that there is 1 there. Therefore this means that 5 into 1 over this number, 340, you cross, plus this 4, you be like that, 1 over 0.0438, you cross. That's the first step. The second step is now to write this number in standard form because 340 cannot be found in our reciprocal table. So that is now 5 into 1 over, this one is 1 to 3.40 times 10 raised to power n times 1 to 2, you cross, plus 4 into 1 over, write this one in standard form, 1 to, we are going to the right, so it is going to be negative. So 1 2, that is now 4.38 times 10 raised to power 1 2, negative 2. The next step, you should understand what this means. This means that 5 into 1 over this and 1 over this. So it means 1 over 3.40 times 1 over 10 raised to power 2 plus 4 into 1 over 4.38 times 1 over 10 raised to power negative 2. So once you are here, you get this one, the reciprocal from the table directly. You get the reciprocal from the table. But this one, you cannot get it in the table. 1 over 100, you cannot get it over the table. I have shown you what that one means. Where did I write that? I have told you that whenever you see 1 over this, it simply means, so the reciprocal of this from the table is, so we continue, 5 into the reciprocal of this is 0.2941 times the reciprocal of this, 1 over 10 raised to power 2 is the same as 10 negative 2. That is the reciprocal. You should know that. And the 10 raised to power negative 2 simply means 0.01. It means like that. So the reciprocal of this is 0.01. You cross, plus 4 into the reciprocal of this from the table. You look for that one in the table, you get it is 0.2283, and then times the reciprocal of this. I have shown you that 1 over 10 raised to power negative 1 is the same as the reciprocal of this is 10 to power 1. If it is negative down, up, it becomes, the reciprocal should be a positive. 1 over 10 raised to power negative 2, it is 10 raised to power 2, which is the same as 100. So the reciprocal of one of this, the reciprocal of 10 negative 2 is 100. So after that, now we multiply this times this, it gives us 5 into, you multiply here, we get 0.002941. Plus 4 into, you multiply here, you get 22.83. Right? So once you are there, now you multiply this times this using your calculator or whatever, you get 0.01471 plus, you multiply this times this, you get 91.32. Now you sum up, you get the total. This plus this will give you 91.33, and that is the final answer. That's how you score your full marks. But before, if you have a calculator in your exam room, you can confirm. After you have done like this, the calculator is for confirming, so you do like this. You confirm whether your answer is supposed to be like that. So how do you confirm? You write 5 divided by 340. What is the answer is there? You open a bracket, you add, and then open bracket. 4 divided by 0.0438, right? You close the bracket. What is the answer? The answer is 91.338, and our answer is 91.33. So that tells you are right. You mark for yourself before the teacher marks for you. That is the end of the reciprocal. Next one, we are going to indices. Indices and the power, indices and the logarithms. That is our next topic. Thank you very much.